Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Lydia with Raindrop Lila, and today I want to show you guys these two journals that I made. This one here is Charlotte and this one here is Mirabella, and they got pretty chunky. I kept adding and adding to them, as you can see. I think they're so cute. They are both, they're both a little bit different. And what I did was, this is my take on a folio journal. So basically, let's start with this one. I'm gonna set this one aside for now. Okay, so this is the Charlotte journal, and it's tied up. They're both tied up with this fabric, and they both have a key. Okay, so now the photo on the front actually comes out, and so I just kind of like to have options, so I didn't glue it down. You can glue it down. You can use some Fabri-Tac glue and just glue that down if you wanted to, but I just like to have options, so I left it on here just like that. And then this little feather also just tucks in there, so it could be removed or you can just leave it like that. Again, I like options, so that's why I left it like that. And so here we have, I just attached these little, this is a little owl and a little bird. I thought that was so cute. And this is just some paper. It's like a perfect place to just journal some thoughts or a quote. And then there's this little tag here. And so there's plenty of room for journaling or collaging. And this tag comes out also. And this is kind of like a double tag. So you got plenty of journaling space in there. Okay, and then here's another little tag. And again, lots of journaling space. I used a lot of ephemera from Tim Holtz. I think they're so pretty. And so we have a little pocket there. And there's this little picture of this little girl. I think that's so cute. Then there's more journaling space here. I have a little ruffle here with the butterfly. And then this is a tag that comes out. This is the tag I did a tutorial on, and it was just like a really short video on how to use dried flowers. And so I just added a little bit of fabric on there, and I thought that was so cute. And so again, you can journal on the back if you want. And all these pieces I attached to the pages. You can actually move them around. You can put them wherever you want. It's going to be your journal, so it doesn't have to stay where I put it. So again, I left this blank so you can actually add something to it if you wanted to, like a little picture. Okay, so the folio opens this way. You have all this journaling space here, and then it opens again this way. So let me show you guys. And so then you have a journal here, a journal here, and a journal here. Okay, so this is basically inspired by the fall and obviously Thanksgiving, so that's why it says thankful, grateful, blessed. And here I have another one of these botanical tags. And then I have this vintage calendar page, and this is kind of perfect for journaling, and so I just kind of tuck that in there. And like a magazine page, and it's got a vintage image, and I love the way it's in sepia. I think that's so pretty. Okay, I have some more tags here. So I have some verses about being thankful, and so those just kind of tuck in there. I made a little collage here. I use fabric. This is a Tim Holtz ephemera cutout. I use washi tape and even some vintage wallpaper and fabric. So I use kind of a lot of different things. This is actually a printable right here. It's nice to gives it a little bit of texture, and you can actually journal right there. And this opens up and it's just like a nice little surprise. You can either collage in there or journal. Okay, and then this is another tag. These I included here for just so you can use as a collage for collaging, or just to kind of so you can kind of customize your own pages. When I design my journals, I like to leave enough room for the buyer to be able to kind of work in it, but I also like to have it somewhat decorated so that it's inspiring. When you come to it, you already have some pretty things in it, so you're not looking kind of like at a blank book. So that's not to say that I'm not going to make some basic journals. I'm thinking to make some basic journals also, but I really do like to add like some inspiration to it. So these are some index cards that have been tea dyed, and I use some vintage wallpaper and then some vintage fabric here. And I really love this little pocket, this deer drinking from a stream of water. So I really love that image. And then there's some vintage wallpaper, and then I have some vintage fabric on here. And then this is scrapbook paper. This here is a vintage book page, and then I use one of my printables. So I printed on kids scribble paper on there, and I cut it out, and I love the way it looks. I think it works really well right here. And some more pages. And so this one opens up, and again it's like a little surprise in there. And it's a little pocket. This again is vintage wallpaper, and I included this tag, these tags, and just some note paper. And then this right here is one of my favorite pieces. I was kind of hoarding it for a while. I think it's so pretty. It is already so yellowed, but I really love the way it looks on here, and so I included that. I think it works really well for this journal. Okay, so then this is the other side, and you have a pocket here, and I made this tag with it's an index card. I used some lace underneath here. This is some vintage wallpaper, and then some snippets of fabric, and then this is a Tim Holtz cutout. And so here I have another Tim Holtz ephemera piece. It's like a little calling card, and I stitched it on there, and then I have some lace right here and some fabric, and then this is vintage wallpaper also, and it's really pretty. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's got like little pieces, little specks of gold, like the little around the flower, that's kind of like gold. Okay, so this opens up, and then here you have a tuck spot with the little card, again journaling space on the back. So I used a lot of my vintage wallpaper. This is vintage wallpaper, that's vintage wallpaper. I really like the colors that I had going, and so I decided to just go with it. There's a verse here, and this is also vintage wallpaper. It's kind of has a metallic look to it, and I made this little just note paper, so you can journal on there. And then this is another pocket, and then that's a card, and then this is a note, just some note paper with a verse, and I love the way it looks a little bit faded, and it looks kind of old. And then that just tucks in here. And then I ended up doing some hand stitching on there. And this here is a vintage postcard. I think it's so pretty, and I love the colors. It really fit well in here. And so here I included some things to use in the journal. Here's a little tag, and then this is actually a little coin envelope, and inside is a little verse. So this can be just glued down, and you can just put little pieces in here, maybe, or maybe a little note. And so this here is just some vintage paper. So this is just a dictionary page, and I love the yellowing. And so this is kind of perfect for just making your own pages. Okay. Just some vintage paper. I'm not sure exactly what this is. It's really soft. It's like, it's almost like tissue paper, but I can't remember where I have it from. It almost feels like a filter, like a coffee filter. So anyways, I used it because I love the color and I thought it would look really pretty in the journal, but I can't remember where I got that. Okay, I have another little tag here. And I watched Heather from Ruby and Pearl. She got a journal or a couple journals from Angie, and if you watched her little video, you'll see how she would often poke a hole like kind of to the corner and tie a bow or tie some twine. And so I started kind of doing that. That kind of inspired me. I felt like it was different, so I did that with these tags. And so yeah, I love to watch other channels and the way other people work, because it's inspiring. And so I think it's so cute. I guess back in the day they used to tie documents like that, or I think they would just tie it with a bow or with some twine. So I really like that, so I did that with that tag. I think I did it with more than just that one, but okay. So that paper that I was talking about, that felt like coffee filter. It's almost like a tissue paper but thicker. I did a little bit of collaging on there. Okay, so this right here is just some old paper, and I used one of my printables on there, and I have basically all these fall images. It's basically, I think there's like 50 different files, and so basically what you do is print them as photos, and then just you can use them in the journal like that. So I really loved doing that. Actually, I'm going to include this with the journal, but so yeah, so I set them up so that they're two to a photo, and then you could just cut them out and use them, and that way they're kind of like the perfect size for a journal. So I wanted to share that's where that picture is from. So I'm gonna have probably a few of these in the journal. I already kind of was finished with the journal when I made these, so I just have a few. I probably would have used a lot more, but so yeah, I love the way it came out. Okay, here I have a little tab that I sewed on there. Okay, so on this page here, this is a little tuck spot, and I have those in there. And so again, you can just use these anywhere in the journal. Kind of this, you can write your own verse or even a quote. This one has a verse, and so it's nice to use these as inspiration for journaling or just as part of your collage. Okay, so here is another photo. And I wanted to show you guys how I did this. So on some of these, I typed up either a title or a sentiment, or just some words that kind of, they can be like writing prompts or just a title for the page. So what I did here was I tore it out, and I kind of roughed up the edge, kind of like this. You can do it with a scissor or with your nail. And so the more you do it, you'll get like a little white edge on there, and then you could ink it if you want. But I inked it on here, and I really like the way it looks. Usually I would do this with cardstock, but since I was making the photos, what happened was they weren't the exact size. So either I would have to make them bigger and lose part of the picture, or I just decided to add little sentiments on there because I just love that as a journaling prompt. So that's what I did. I added a sentiment, and I added either a different color that kind of matches the photo. Like some of them are like kind of a gray color. So you can cut them out and use them as titles or journaling prompts in your journals. So that's kind of what I did here, and I like the way that came out. I think it's so pretty. And then I made a ruffle, and I sewed on all these little beads on there. Okay, so this is some snippets of fabric I sewed on here, and then there's a bowl pin that I actually rusted, and I added some beads on there. And this is a pocket, and then I have these two tags on here, and plenty of space on the back for journaling. So then I sewed some little beads on here, and then I made this little, I guess it's like a little applique with the leaves. And so here, more journaling space, and this is, you can see, is kind of like the back of the cover. Okay, and so that is it. I hope you guys like this journal. Okay, so here's the back of the journal. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so I used some vintage wallpaper, vintage dictionary page. This is my signature on there. And then I have some vintage fabric here. And I think this is also vintage fabric. I've had it for a long time. I love this vintage picture. And you know what? This little feather slipped down. So if you guys don't see the feather, realize that it might be slipping down. I didn't want to glue it in there yet because I wanted to leave that option open. But if you wanted to, you can just definitely just add a little bit of glue and tuck it in there, or just tuck it in with the paper clip maybe. But I think it's pretty right there. I think it looks good. Okay, so this is so this was Charlotte. So I hope you guys like it. I'm gonna set this aside, and I am going to bring in Mirabella. Okay, so this is Mirabella, and this journal is very similar to that one. This one is also tied up, and it has this little heart key. The top is a heart. I think that's so cute. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it opens up. This comes off. Okay, so again, this comes off, and okay, so this has like a fabric backing to it. But so you can actually, if you wanted to remove it, you could, but I think it's pretty, but I left that option there for you guys. Okay, and then this has like a little bead, some little beads right here. And let's see. So I stitched this on here in a couple places, and then I added this flower. This is from Tim Holtz, from the ephemera pack. This opens up, and again, I have like little journaling. It's like a tight mini journal spot here, and then it opens up, and I got journaling pages here, and then here also. Okay, so let's start here. Okay, so I got a pocket in the front, and then I have these tags on there. So this is a vintage wallpaper. I think that's so pretty. This is vintage wallpaper, and then this, the background is also vintage wallpaper, and so is the cover. So I used quite a few different pieces of vintage wallpaper that I've been kind of hoarding for a while, but I like the colors and I felt like they work so well in this journal that I decided to just use them. Okay, so this is a tag and I think it's so cute. I love the way it turned out. This is a Tim Holtz cutout or ephemera, part of the ephemera pack, and then I added a ruffle at the top. And how cute is this eyelash yarn? My sister sent me some Happy Mail and this came with it. The eyelash yarn came with it and I was like, oh, it would be perfect to just add underneath this butterfly. Okay, I have some washi tape there, and then how cute is that little squirrel? I love that little squirrel. It's so cute. Again, the picture is from the 4x6 photo kit. These are in my Etsy shop. So what I did was I just cut it down so that it's not too big sideways. So I thought that worked so cute over there. Okay, so this gets tucked in here. And again, you can move the tags around anywhere you wish because it is your journal. So I have a little journaling tag here. And then this picture, I think that is so pretty. So this can come off and then this opens up and then you have the photo with the leaves. I love this photo. I think it's so pretty. And so that tucks in here and you have a little lace belly band there. And then this opens up and you have plenty of space for journaling or for collaging. And then this is some more coffee dyed paper. I sewed a little piece of, this is like a ribbon on there. And so again, I am going to include, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to include one of these guys in here for each journal. So it just gives you a few more options. Like you got the little cabin, this cute little cabin photo on the back, and then some scrapbook paper, some of this craft paper. I love this craft paper. I think it works so well. And then some more scrapbook paper. And so technically you can just layer these, like kind of trim them to size. Let me show you guys like that. And you got yourself a frame and you can just glue that down. So basically just trim this down so that each kind of fit on here. That goes with that journal and this one goes with this journal. Okay. So then this opens up this way. Okay, maybe I should go like this. It opens up this way. Again, I have a vintage wallpaper here. This is a little tuck spot with the tag. And then here I have a couple more tags. And this one actually has this little, it's like a shaker tag. And so I just cut out this leaf and I put some sequins in there. And then I just sewed some lace on there. I thought that was really pretty. So then you can just journal in the back or do some more collaging. And then this is a little tag. I love this. I love the colors. I think they're so pretty. I'm like so ready for fall and all the fall colors. Okay, so this turns this way and this lifts up. Let's see if I'm still on camera. I am. Okay, so this lifts up and there's plenty of space for collaging or journaling. And this is kind of like a perfect little tag where you can write or you can just collage some more on there. And then again, this is a picture from my digital, the 4x6 photos, fall photos, and then lifts up and journaling space. And then this is the word that I used, and I just used a little bit of fabric and paper, and again I tore it out and I left it there. It's a really nice journaling prompt or title. Okay, and then here there's like a little hidden tuck spot, and this is a vintage book page. Okay, and then here I have a little tuck spot, and then again I have one of the photos, And then this is just scrapbook paper. That's so pretty. I forgot what I've done. And then I have some note paper for more journaling. Sometimes I do forget. I work on them, and then when I go to do the video, I kind of forgot what I've done. So this is perfect again for more collaging, but also for journaling, whichever one you like to do. And then here is another tuck spot, and then I included some vintage wallpaper. This little card, I love this. Again, it's all lined for you, ready to use, and then this little tag. Okay, so they get tucked in here. This is some more coffee dyed paper. And then this here is a little, it's like a little card, and it comes out. And then this is a little tuck, there's a little tuck spot, and then just some note paper that tucks in here. I thought that was such a cute little idea. I included this little butterfly, so you can put it anywhere in the book, or you can just leave it on there. And so this actually opens up, and you have more room here for journaling. But I thought that it just worked really well in here. But if you wanted to, you can always cut some more paper this size and then just tie it in, and you have a little journal. So whatever way you want to use it, I just kind of was working, and I came up with this, and I was like, I really liked it. So again, rusty paper clips. So be careful with those. I mean, if you have cuts on your hands, be careful when you use them. I think that's not supposed to be good for you. But I love the look of it. I think it's so pretty. Okay, and then this is a vintage book page, and then again I included this. This is like a vintage, it's from a vintage workbook, and so I just love the way it's all kind of faded. Some more coffee dyed paper, just a little piece, a snippet of scrapbook paper, and it's just embellished with some tape. And so again, perfect place for collaging or journaling. And this is a little tag I made, and again I used some of the eyelash lace, and I used some lace at the bottom, and then I kind of used a bunch of little pieces from the ephemera pack, the Tim Holtz one, and I think it's so cute. And then here, this is the back of the journal, and this is a little tuck spot. And again, this is vintage wallpaper. This is scrapbook paper. So, and then I have these tags and a little leaf. And again, I tied a little bow on the side. I thought that was so cute. Inspired by Angie. And then I have I don't think I did this side. Okay, so this closes like that, and then I have this side here. And so I did some collaging already on here. I think it's so pretty. And then here, maybe I should start this way. Okay, here's another tag I made with the butterfly and the eyelash lace. I think is so pretty. It's a little bit extra, but I like it. Okay, so, okay, and this right here is vintage wallpaper, and I did a little bit of stitching. I don't know if you can see the little crosses, the little cross stitch that gets tucked on here. Okay, so I have another card here, and this is again one of my digitals, and I glued it down to some craft paper, and then it just tucks in here, and I think that's so pretty, and it's tied up with this little piece of fabric. And again, I have the vintage wallpaper, and I have it in the front, and this is also vintage wallpaper, and then it just gets tucked in here. Okay, some more coffee dyed paper, just some vintage papers. And there's a little collaging I did. Then I made these little, I made this little leaf, and it's kind of like a tuck spot. I think it's so cute. And then this just kind of opens up, and it's just a little tag there. So, and then you have the leaf here too, and then this is just some note paper that's been think this is actually avocado dyed because it's got a pink tint to it. Okay, and then this is an image from a vintage, I think it's an antique magazine. And so again, I used a photo from my digitals and some more, and here's some more note paper for journaling. And I kind of just tried to distress this just a little bit. And so that just gets tucked in here. Okay, this is a ticket from my Etsy shop. It's a printable, and I just used it as a tab on the page. I stapled it on here with a bit of cotton twine. And here's like a really pretty frame, and it's perfect for collaging. And then this here is it's a book page, and I just kind of cut it and I folded it over. And I think it's so pretty because you can see the tree and then the colors of the leaves. So I thought that was pretty. Okay, so here's the tag that I made. So each journal has the same tag, or basically the same. It has the same type of tag. I thought that was so pretty. Okay, so then here I have this little envelope. It's like a coin envelope. And it has a little note paper inside, and so this also is great for journaling or collaging. Okay, and that tucks in there. And then I have this page. I did a little collage with, again, another photo from my digital, and I just sewed it on there. Okay, so here I have some lace, and then this is just a little quote that I included on there. Okay, and so here I have this note paper, again, perfect for journaling or collaging. I guess it goes this way. And then this right here, I want to show you guys. This actually comes off, and it's like a page, let's see. Okay, so what it's like a tuck spot by using the paper clip. Okay, so let me show you guys. Okay, so this becomes like a tuck spot. You go like this, and you add the paper clip, and so now you can tuck something in there, and it just kind of holds it. And I love the look of the layers like that. I think that's nice. Okay, so that is all for this journal. Here's my signature, and again, the spine is covered by some vintage fabric, and it's a little bit wrinkled up. I thought that would look really pretty. It got so chunky. And so this is the other. So this is Mirabella, and I think it's so pretty. It's so full of just paper and pieces. And this fell off. Okay, where did you go? Okay. Okay, so this is Mirabella, and so these are the two journals. So thanks for watching, and if you guys enjoy this video, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell button. Thank you. Bye-bye.